For adults over 60, that innocent cup of coffee right after breakfast might be quietly draining your energy and blocking key nutrients your body desperately needs. Most people believe coffee right after a meal helps with alertness, but in older adults, it can do the opposite. Slower digestion, reduced stomach enzymes, and common morning medications all change how your body reacts to caffeine. According to research from the Mayo Clinic, coffee can interfere with nutrient absorption and even increase stress hormones when taken too soon after eating. But here's the good news. A small change in timing can bring back steady energy, smoother digestion, and a calmer heart rhythm. Stay until the end, because one surprises almost everyone over 60. Comment yes if you want more videos like this. 5. Coffee blocks nutrient absorption. Most people think that drinking a hot cup of coffee right after breakfast helps the body wake up and digest faster. But for adults over 60, this innocent habit can quietly rob your body of the very nutrients it needs to stay strong and energized. Here's what's really happening inside. Coffee contains natural compounds called polyphenols and tannins. While they do have antioxidant benefits, they also bind tightly to key minerals like iron, calcium, and magnesium-forming complexes that your body can't easily absorb. Now, that might not sound serious at first, but after 60, every bit of nutrition counts. As we age, our stomach acid levels drop and digestion slows down. That means our bodies are already working harder to pull nutrients from food. So, when coffee steps in too soon after eating, it can block the absorption of exactly what your body needs to maintain energy, bone strength, and muscle recovery. Harvard Health has noted that coffee can reduce iron absorption by nearly 40%. For older adults who are more prone to low iron or fragile bones, that can make a noticeable difference over time, even if your diet is balanced. Take Evelyn, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Oregon. Every morning, she had a wholesome breakfast oatmeal, fresh berries, and a steaming cup of coffee. But by early afternoon, she always felt drained and dizzy, no matter how much she ate. When her nutritionist asked her to delay her coffee by an hour, everything changed. Within a few weeks, her iron levels improved, and her afternoon fatigue disappeared. The only thing she changed was timing. That's the key timing. Giving your body just 45 to 60 minutes after. Breakfast before enjoying coffee allows your digestive system to absorb minerals first. Think of it like letting your body collect its nutrients before caffeine arrives to speed things up. And if you take iron or calcium supplements in the morning, it's even more important. Always have them with water, not coffee. Let them do their job before that first sip of caffeine. This simple habit protects your energy, your bones, and even your heart rhythm in the long run. You don't have to give up coffee, just give your body a little head start. Because after 60, it's not about doing more. It's about doing things smarter. And sometimes, the smallest timing change can make the biggest difference in how you feel every single day. 4. Hidden impact on medications. Many people over 60 begin their day the same way, with a few morning pills and a warm cup of coffee right after breakfast. It feels routine, comforting, even harmless. But this everyday combination might be quietly reducing how well your medications work. Coffee, especially when taken soon after eating or alongside morning meds, can change how certain drugs are absorbed. Caffeine increases stomach acid and speeds up digestion, which sounds good, but it can make your medications pass through the system too quickly. For medicines that need time to absorb, like thyroid tablets, heart medications, or iron supplements, that means your body may only get part of what it needs. According to research from the Cleveland Clinic, caffeine can interfere with the absorption or metabolism of more than a dozen common drugs, including those for high blood pressure and osteoporosis. It doesn't cancel them out, it just reduces their effectiveness over time, in ways you may not even notice at first. Here's why this matters more after 60. Older adults often take multiple prescriptions, and as the body ages, the liver and kidneys process substances more slowly. That means caffeine, medications, and nutrients all stay in your system longer and interact differently. than they did decades ago. The timing of coffee can make a bigger difference than most people think. Let's look at one example. Arthur, a 72-year-old grandfather from Florida, had been taking his thyroid medication for years, but his doctor noticed his hormone levels weren't improving as expected. The culprit turned out to be his morning coffee. He'd been drinking it just minutes after swallowing his pill. When he started waiting at least an hour before that first sip, his medication finally began working properly without changing the dosage at all. That's the simple secret: spacing things out. If you take medications in the morning, have them first with water, then eat your breakfast, and wait at least 45 to 60 minutes before coffee. This small delay gives your body time to absorb your meds without caffeine rushing the process. Here's the emotional truth. Your medications are meant to help you feel better, stronger, and more stable. But if coffee timing quietly weakens their power, you're not getting the full benefit you deserve. You don't have to give up coffee, you just need to give your body a little space to do its healing work first. After all, health at 60 and beyond isn't about restriction. It's about rhythm, knowing when to fuel, when to rest, and when to sip. 3. Stress hormone spike. For most of us, that first sip of coffee in the morning feels like magic. The aroma, the warmth, the instant alertness, it's almost emotional. But for adults over 60, that early caffeine hit might be doing something unexpected beneath the surface. It can quietly trigger your body's stress response before the day even begins. Here's how it works. When you wake up, your body naturally releases a hormone called cortisol. It's your internal alarm clock. It helps you wake, focus, and get moving. But during the first 1 to 2 hours after waking, cortisol levels are already at their peak. When you add caffeine right on top of that, it's like pouring fuel on an already burning fire. Caffeine pushes cortisol even higher. In younger adults, the body can usually handle that surge. But after 60, your adrenal response slows down, and your body takes longer to bring cortisol back to normal. That means you might feel jittery at first, then strangely tired or anxious later. In the morning, the classic coffee crash that so many people over 60 blame on age or sleep. According to Harvard Health, drinking coffee too early can cause an exaggerated cortisol response, leading to mid-morning fatigue, mood dips, and even blood pressure spikes in sensitive individuals. It's not the coffee itself, it's the timing. Take Maria, a 66-year-old retired nurse. She used to have her coffee immediately after breakfast, thinking it gave her a head start on the day. But by 10 a.m., she often felt drained and tense, even if she hadn't done much yet. After learning about cortisol, she tried delaying her coffee until around 9:30. Within 2 weeks, her mornings felt calmer and her energy stayed steady through lunch. Here's the simple truth. Your body already gives you a natural boost every morning. When you drink coffee right away, you overlap that natural boost with caffeine, and that overlap is what leads to the crash later. But when you wait 60 to 90 minutes, caffeine works with your body, not against it. It extends your natural energy instead of spiking it. So if your mornings often start strong but fade fast, it might not be your age or your sleep. It might just be the timing of your cup. Because at this stage of life, your energy is precious, and learning to protect it even with small adjustments, like when you sip, your coffee is one of the simplest ways to feel balanced and strong all day long. 2. Gut and digestion sensitivity. For many older adults, breakfast and coffee are inseparable. The warmth of that cup, the familiar comfort, it feels like the perfect start to the day. But for adults over 60, drinking coffee right after breakfast might be quietly irritating one of the most delicate systems in the body, your digestion. Here's what happens inside. Coffee naturally stimulates acid production in the stomach. When you drink it too soon after eating, your stomach, which is already busy digesting food, gets an extra burst of acid it doesn't need. For younger adults, that's usually not a big deal. But as we age, the protective lining of the stomach becomes thinner, and the digestive process slows down. That means the same amount of acid that felt fine at 30 can feel harsh at 65. This combination, slower digestion plus extra acid, can cause bloating, gas, or that uncomfortable burning in the chest known as reflux. The result, many seniors start avoiding certain foods, thinking they've suddenly become sensitive, when the real issue may just be the timing of their coffee. According to research from the Mayo Clinic, caffeine stimulates the release of gastrin, a hormone that increases stomach acid and speeds movement in the digestive tract. For older adults with reduced stomach resilience, this can lead to discomfort, poor nutrient absorption, and even irregular bowel movements later in the day. Let's make that real. Janet and Paul, a retired couple in their 70s, loved their breakfast routine: scrambled eggs, toast, and coffee. But Janet often complained about heartburn, and Paul felt bloated and uncomfortable by mid-morning. Their doctor suggested a simple experiment: move their coffee to 1 hour after breakfast. Within a week, both noticed less burning, less bloating, and smoother digestion. Nothing else changed. Not their diet, not their medications, just timing. That's the power of awareness. Coffee isn't the enemy. It's the timing that matters. If you give your body 45 to 60 minutes after a meal before drinking coffee, your stomach gets time to settle and process the food properly. And if you're prone to reflux, try having your coffee with a small snack instead of a full meal. It's gentler on digestion. Here's the bottom line. After 60, your stomach deserves kindness. It's carried you through decades of meals, memories, and moments. By simply shifting your coffee time, you give it the space to do its work with less strain. And when your digestion runs smoothly, your whole day feels lighter, your energy, your mood, even your confidence. Sometimes, the path to better health isn't about giving up what you love. It's about understanding what your body needs and honoring it. 1. Blood sugar roller coaster. Most people think coffee gives them steady morning energy, but for adults over 60, that quick burst might come with a hidden cost. It's called the blood sugar roller coaster, and it can quietly drain your strength for the rest of the day. Here's what really happens. When you drink coffee too soon after breakfast, or worse, before your meal has fully digested, caffeine signals your liver to release stored sugar into your bloodstream. That sudden surge gives you a short burst of alertness, but it also spikes your blood sugar far higher than your body can handle efficiently. After the spike comes the inevitable crash: fatigue, irritability, dizziness, or that craving for something sweet by mid-morning. Now, here's why this matters more after 60. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to changes in blood sugar. Insulin, the hormone that helps control glucose, doesn't respond as quickly. That means even small spikes can lead to bigger drops later, leaving you feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep. A study from the University of Bath in the UK found that drinking coffee before or immediately after breakfast increased blood sugar levels by up to 50% in healthy adults. For seniors, that spike can feel even sharper, especially for those managing diabetes or prediabetes. Let's see how this plays out in real life. Thomas, a 65-year-old accountant, noticed his mornings felt unpredictable. Some days he was full of energy. Other days, he felt shaky and unfocused by 10 a.m. His doctor suggested tracking his blood sugar. What Thomas discovered shocked him. His glucose levels rose sharply on mornings when he drank coffee right after breakfast. When he delayed his coffee by 90 minutes, his readings stayed stable, and so did his mood and energy. That's the simple but powerful truth. The timing of your coffee can influence how your blood sugar behaves throughout the day. Here's the easy fix. Let your breakfast digest for an hour before drinking coffee. If you wake up early and want something warm right away, try a glass of water with lemon or herbal tea. Then enjoy your coffee mid-morning, when your blood sugar has already stabilized. Because for older adults, energy isn't just about how much coffee you drink, it's about how well your body can hold on to that energy. And when your blood sugar stays balanced, you feel clearer, calmer, and stronger all day long. It's not about giving up your coffee. It's about reclaiming control of your mornings, one smart choice at a time. So, let's bring it all together. We've just uncovered 5 eye-opening reasons why that comforting habit, sipping coffee right after breakfast, might not be as harmless as it seems. especially after 60. Coffee can quietly block the very nutrients that keep your body strong, interfere with how your medications work, spike your stress hormones, upset your digestion, and send your blood sugar on a roller coaster that leaves you tired before noon. But the beautiful part is this: none of this means you need to give up coffee. Not at all. It simply means your body now needs a little more rhythm, a little more patience, a little more kindness with timing. You've spent decades taking care of others, pushing through mornings, working hard. Now it's time to let your mornings work for you. Start simple. When you wake up, drink a glass of water before anything else. Give your body the hydration it needs after a long night's rest. Take your medications with water only, no coffee yet, and give them space to do their job. Enjoy your breakfast slowly, without rushing. Feel the food nourishing you, giving you real energy. Then wait about 45 to 90 minutes before you reach for that first cup of coffee. When you finally take that sip, it won't just taste better, it will feel better. Your energy will last longer. Your stomach will stay calm, and your body will thank you in ways you can actually feel, because timing isn't about restriction, it's about harmony. After 60, your body moves at a wiser pace. It's not weaker. It's simply more sensitive to rhythm. And when you learn to move with that rhythm instead of against it, everything begins to flow: your digestion, your energy, your focus, even your mood. Think of your mornings like music. When each note plays at the right time: water, meal, coffee, your day becomes a melody, not noise. It's smoother, gentler, more alive. That's the secret no one tells you about coffee after 60. It's not what you drink, it's when you drink it. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that mug, take a moment, breathe, let your body wake up on its own. Let your meal settle. Then, when the time is right, savor your coffee slowly, gratefully, knowing you're caring for your body in the simplest, smartest way possible. And if this video helped you see your mornings differently, give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe for more simple, science-backed ways to feel vibrant after 60. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only. Always talk to your healthcare provider if you have any concerns about caffeine, medications, or digestion, because real health at this stage of life isn't about giving up what you love. It's about understanding what your body needs and honoring it. Sometimes it starts with something as small, as gentle, and as powerful as when you sip your coffee.